Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Today we're doing something that I've never really done before, and that is honestly because I don't know how I'm supposed to record this. But a lot of people have been asking that they wanted to see me do gameplay of clubs. Not of the events or anything like that, but clubs in general. Now, I've talked about clubs many times. I'm very competitive in clubs, but you know, it's really hard to determine how am I going to record clubs, because at least when I do a gameplay video, which doesn't really happen often, there's usually some kind of meat to talk about, whether it be a rivalry or me dominating a bracket or, you know, one thing or the other. When it comes to clubs, it's kind of just like whatever happens just happens. So I might cut out some parts where we're just staring at the screen because that's a lot of clubs, right? That's just staring at the screen, either waiting for your cars to resurface or waiting for an event to end. But with that said, as you can see, I make as much money from clubs as you possibly can because I have the club boost and I have the highest possible rank that you can get in clubs. I think it's called Legend. Club rank, there you go, Legend. And basically, to get Legend, you need to play clubs every day for 500 days straight, and you need to get 50 XP from that day. And this doesn't mean, and like, just because I'm Legend, it doesn't mean that I've played club for, you know, 500 days straight. I'm a little over 25k now, like, you know, 25,689. But like, remember at the start of clubs, I was actually against it because the season 1 rewards were absolute trash. So I didn't play clubs like when it first came out. So then I was a few days behind. So I would say clubs has been out for maybe 550 days, 560 days. I might have missed some here and there. But yeah, we do have the Legend tag. So yeah, clubs. How do I play clubs? How does Blossom play clubs? How do I make all this cash? I've made so many videos and on tactics and strategies, cars to use, things to look out for, what events to join. But I guess maybe the best way to learn for some people is just to watch me play it. So usually what I do is when I jump into clubs, I do a quick sweep. Quick sweep means from top to bottom, I just look at all the events and I look for the ones that are dying. So this one's dying. Oh no, not this one. This one's dying. So that's the first thing. The second thing, once I see it's dying, I look for the requirements in the RQ, because although this one is dying, it has some pretty crap requirements, right? I do not like common. I like the open recs, and I already have, you know, everything memorized today. We got Storm Chaser, which is, I think, mostly drags. Storm Chaser is 2 drags, 3 twisty. Rising Storm is mostly drags. They're both all wet. Then we have Road Less Taken, which is mostly wet, 3 off-road, and 2 standard, 2 wet. So that's the first thing I look for. So this one is like pretty good, right? This one is open requirements, it's 395, high RQ. So that's kind of what I think of. But you know, since this one is really dying, I will go for this one. But usually when I'm playing by myself, I usually like to go for the higher RQ ones better, because I have a higher chance of winning, because less people have higher RQ cars, whereas more people have lower RQ cars. So you know, the chances of getting a tie in this event is a lot more likely than the 395 open. But we're gonna do this is Rising Storm. So what I'm gonna do first is put in the Japanese cars. I like to put in the niche requirements first to get that out of the way. So Rising Storm, I think, is this Rising Storm or Storm Chaser that we're entering? It's Rising Storm. This is the one with 4 drags, and I don't really have any drag Japanese cars. So I'm just gonna go with the Almera, and I'm gonna go with the Mitsubishi. And then what I'm gonna go with now is the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to drag. I could use both the Monte Carlo SS's, but that only leaves me with 16. And then the essential car, a Blossom choice car that I want to use, is the Mercedes-Benz 600. That is 17, which means I gotta yeet out one of the Monte Carlos, which is a bit unfortunate. But then I could probably fit in the XK 120, which is probably what I'm going to do. But I'm gonna put in my 996 version. So this is the hand I'm gonna use. And if it doesn't work out, I'll try and adapt. But this probably is the best that I got going for me, so let's do it. So we'll put that's a win, that's a win, that's going to be a draw, that's going to be a win. And you know, usually when it comes to clubs, I never watch the races. It's just the first one, and I lost this one actually, and I just skip match. We do win. 248 to 100, and it just repeats itself. It just goes on and on and on and on. And usually when it comes to playing clubs, I love to play on the phone, because on the phone, it's all muscle memory for me. I don't even need to look at where I'm putting the cars. It's kind of like, oh, You know, I just realized that was a 1 mile and I put a 10-second car on the 1 mile, but we only lost that by 50. You see what I mean? Common is just a huge cluster F. Because like, some cars that you expect to win don't win, and some cars you expect to win don't win, like, or some cars you expect to not win. So it's a mess. But anyway, so yeah, usually I like to play on the phone. That's what I was gonna say, because it's a lot faster. And usually when I play on the computer, when I play on BlueStacks, when I play on the PC, I'm usually like not only slower, but I'm more meticulous with where I place my cars. Like, I actually care where they go. But in reality, when I actually play clubs, especially when the event is dying, like this one, I don't really care. Like, this is what I usually do. I just put them in. I don't really look at the track sets, because I'm not really racing to win. I'm racing to get 5 races. That's the thing. Especially when I want to snipe a dying event, the main thing I really think about is 5 races. I try and get 5. Okay, there we go. Can we get one more? Yes, we can. Try and get 5 races. If I win, you know, that's a bonus. But at the end of the day, I do expect to win, because I spend so much time looking for specific cars, maxing out specific cars, and maxing them, you know, club spec. So I would expect them to win. So that's another reason why I don't really enjoy the common events in clubs, because sometimes when you expect a car to win, it doesn't happen, and I get angry. At least when it comes to legendaries, ultra rares and above, I know those cars like the back of my head, so I know what's going to win, what's not going to win. But when it comes to like anything below, it's kind of like, where does everything go? But yeah, those two are going to win. Now we can slow down. Now we can take all the time in the world, because we know that we have secured 5 races. You know, we can chill. So it doesn't really matter what happens here. If we lose, we win. It doesn't matter, because we're in the top 10. We got the 5 races secured. This should be like 7K for me. That is a win for us, which is very nice. And there you go. Let's see, 7,600. Boom, baby. That's how I play clubs. That's how I play clubs. So, you know, you just repeat the process. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. 7,600, 7,600, 7,600. Obviously, it's going to be a little less for you. Every time you go up a rank, and this is something that some people might not know, every time you go up a rank, oh, this one's full, 150 and 150. This one's full as well. See, everybody likes the open wrecks, man. And I can see why, because they're fun. This one isn't full. This is Storm Chaser. Storm Chaser is 2 drags. So we'll put in two Bugattis, 57, 57, 58. Okay, so what I usually do is I will go into tires, and I'll go into standard. And usually when it comes to rain, my head already defaults to 2 cars. Well, 1 car, but I have 2 of them, and it's the Caterham, right? And then the last one I can just put in a CTS coupe. Boom, we're in. So we get 2 drags, as you can see, and then 3 twisty. The good thing to know about clubs is to just memorize everything. Like, memorize what the wrecks are, memorize what the the track sets are. Usually you don't need to memorize 100%. Like, if you memorize, oh, track set 1 is twisty, karting, 1 mile, half mile, 0 to 100, you're never gonna memorize it. Especially when you think about it, clubs refresh every 24 hours. It's gonna change. You need to adapt as quickly as, you know, the events kind of refresh, if that makes sense. This is what happens when I'm making things on the fly. I mean, I'm not making things on the fly, but like, I don't have much to talk about. I mean, I do have a lot to talk about, but I just don't know how to pace myself. You see what I mean? Because clubs is like, what is my end goal for this episode? To open a ceramic pack? Okay, let's say open a ceramic pack. I think I have enough to open a ceramic pack. But yeah, we'll just get 5 races in here. This one I can, you know, chill out a bit, because there are 2,000 races, so I can, you know, finally pick my opponents. You know, since I have more time, since the event's not going to die out too quickly, I can, you know, take my time, pick my opponents, you know, see which are the best ones to go for. Another tip for you is that, you know, you have 6 opponents. Like, I have 6 opponents right now. You win more points if you pick the one at number 6 than the points that you'll win at number 1, because the opponent that's at number 6 is usually an opponent that's higher up on the bracket. So if you can beat someone higher up on the bracket, you're gonna get more trophies. It's not a huge difference. If I beat this guy, I might get plus 17, and if I beat maybe this guy, I might get plus 15 or plus 13. So it's no big of a deal. But like, if you really want to go for, like, I mean, I guess it's no big of a deal in the sense if you want to go for top 10, but if you want to go for MVP, every little point counts, because if 2 people end up in the MVP section, it might be down to just like 2 or 3 points. Like, first place might be 346, second place might be 343. So, you know, in that sense, hitting the highest will help you. But let's see if we get plus 17. I think it's 17. It's plus 18. There you go. So now let's try hitting the lowest, the easiest guy. I think it's probably like plus 14, plus 13, that kind of area. So this is the weakest one that we're getting, so we're gonna go with him. And once again, I didn't even see his hand. You know, this is another thing about, you know, me and clubs. I am confident with the hands that I create, and that's why when I get really competitive about clubs, you know, I get really like hyped up, but I can also get really angry because I have so much faith in my hands because I've spent so much resources and time to max it out that if they fail me, it's a huge disappointment. Oh, it's actually plus 18. Okay, I know this. Okay, now this whole thing's gonna backfire on me. But the thing is, you do get more points if you hit higher up than lower. I don't know why I got 18 for that one. That made no sense. But now it's for the 5th race. Usually at this point, it's like whatever, you know. Once again, when you have Bugattis, this is really where they shine, right? Like Bugattis. Here's the thing. Bugattis in like single player events, or not single player events, but multiplayer events, they don't really have a place to shine because it's no hiding that Hutch is purposely making what is it? Like they're purposely showing us, or they're purposely creating events where the Bugattis are not being able to use. Like even if we get a French event, it might be French rear-wheel drive, or it might be French off-road, so you can't use the Bugatti, or it's French 60 to 90, something of the sort. And that's even if we get a French event. We barely get French events, and when we do, it's usually like Renault times 5, or maybe Citroen times 2, DS times 3. Like they will go lengths to just take out the Chiron because they know it's that game breaking. So, you know, it's really when it comes down to clubs is where your Bugattis really shine, because this is where requirements are a lot more open, you know, a lot more cutthroat. Everyone here is just a lot more savage, especially me. So yeah, it's really fun. I do love, and this is why I love clubs. I just get to be an absolute savage. Now, I do have a hit list of people, of names. Like I will, if I see your name, I will race you, and I'll make sure that you go down the bracket. That being said, though, as much of a savage as I can be, if you want to team up with me in clubs, I'm all for it. So if you wanna have a truce in clubs, let me know down in the comments below. Usually how it works to have a truce in clubs is you just don't race me, I don't race you. You know, you beat the highest in my team, I beat the highest in your team, and then if everything works out, we both get MVP. It's a win-win. But for some reason, that is so hard to... Oh, chicken. There we go. Hey, what's up, chickens? But yeah, you know, that's kind of clubs. But can I beat this guy? Now I want to beat... Oh, it's the grandma from hell. Yo, she's actually playing Leo. She's playing clubs. What the hell? I think I can beat this guy. Can I beat this guy? Win-win. Actually, I don't think I can beat this guy. Because the Bugattis might win by a huge amount in the 0 to 100. I'm gonna try it. I don't think I can actually beat him, but we'll see. We're gonna win a lot here. We're not gonna win too much on the hairpin, right? But I need to put you on the hairpin. This is gonna be an interesting one. Is the Cadillac gonna beat you on the twisty? It's 82 to 86, so I guess anything can happen, but we'll check it out. So this one's only going to be like, I'm going to say 50. We're only going to win by 50. Yeah, very, very close. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X is a really good car. If this was the trackside of the 2 drags, it would have been easy. Oh, we do win this. Okay. I do overestimate that Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4. I guess, you know, this time it has come to... Oh, 98. Only 98. That's actually insane. I expected to win that by at least 100. I guess you can say 98 is close, but because we won the slalom, we are going to win this one. But this is going to be interesting, actually. I don't usually watch... Okay, we do lose. But yeah, I do overestimate that Evo 4 sometimes, and I do underestimate that epic BMW. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, or worst of both worlds. I don't know. But as you can see here, I'm 7-0. I'm actually top right now. So might even get MVP, but I want to solidify that MVP. And as we can see, our hands are a little shaky, a little shaky. So let's see what we can do to bolster that even more. So the second thing I'm thinking about is what if we got rid of the Cadillac to make it even better, and we're gonna put in the GMC Typhoon, right? So 4186, and then we'll just take out one of the Caterhams. It's 46, very simple. So now all we need to do is get rid of the Epic tag, go to tires, and we go into standard, and then we go into RQ46, boom. And boom. So we have one, and this car isn't gonna win us anything actually. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to super and let's go to standard. I guarantee you, by the time I find the right car, this event would have ended. That always happen. 78 actually. I could actually put in this BMW if I wanted to. But I have so little faith in that car. Like, I even prefer using, I think, what is the 730D? But I think I'm gonna stick with the Cyclone. So let's see if this works out. I think we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna play this guy. We've beaten this guy before, so we can beat him again. Will Tender is a pretty interesting name. Will It Tender? Good mythical morning. Shout out to you guys. They don't need a shout out from me. I need a shout out from them. Let's be real. I do love their channel very, very much though. I haven't watched today's video though. It's like it was a Will It video, I think. No, not a Will It video. It was like a we put like something in hot sauce for 10 months or something. Alright, so yeah, right now we're fine, I think. The best thing we can do is help Chicken, and that means I'll need to beat these two. I don't think I can beat the Grandma from Hell though. Grandma from Hell is very strong, as you can see. Max out Chiron. Yeah, I ain't messing with Grandma from Hell. But can we beat this guy though? We can beat. That's gonna be a win. That's gonna be a win. We can beat this guy. I think we can. So the Bugattis win for us. We're gonna win the karting, and we're gonna win the slalom. We're gonna win fork. We'll be fine. So if anything, we could probably get Chicken second place, but I cannot beat Sally. Like, I'm sorry, Chicken. I need a max out Bugatti to even have a chance at that. So yeah. Oh, never mind. So we do get the MVP. So boom, just like that, right? You know, silver MVP, just like that. We got 7,600 from the first club event, 8,600 from the second event, and literally in this one video, I'm taking out my calculator because I can't add these two things together. Yep, just like that. In this one recording, I've already made 16,200. So for you guys asking how am I making all this cash, it's clubs. That's how easy it is. It took me about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to make 16K. Bro, that's half of a ceramic pack right there, right? Now I know in this like one instance it looks like it's really easy. It kind of is, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that these 1 million pack openings, these 2 million pack openings I make on my channel are, you know, very easy to make. It still takes a lot of time, obviously. You know, 10 minutes for half a pack, it's maybe 20 minutes for one pack. If you're lucky, you can snipe dying events really quickly, and you might be able to make 32K in 10 minutes, you know, if you can snipe all the dying events in time. But once again, you know, a 1 million pack opening is 30 packs, so you gotta get that and then multiply it by 30. It still takes a lot of time for 1 mil. But that being said, getting cash is a lot easier than you think it is. Some people might think, oh my god, it takes me an hour to get 5K. No, it's not that bad. I made 16K in like 10 minutes. But with that said, before we end the video, like I said, I promised I will end the video with a single ceramic pack because that's all I can afford. I want to keep my bank account over 11 million because tomorrow I'm doing a 1 million pack opening, streaming it on my channel and on my Patreon Discord. And also another thing, if you are into clubs, I would suggest checking out my Patreon Discord because I do have a club. I have a channel specific to clubs. It's super in-depth, where every day I try as quickly as I can to tell you what the requirements are, what the track sets are, what are the key cars that you can use, what you should plan for. You should plan for 2 twisty, 3 fast, and all that kind of stuff. So if that interests you, that's all in my Patreon Discord. But if we go into, and that's in the link in the description as well. But if we go into, what am I looking for? I'm wanting to buy a ceramic pack. That's what I want to buy. So let's open a ceramic pack. Let's see what we get from this. The last ceramic pack I opened was off camera, and that was a good pack. It was basically a carbon fiber because I got a super rare. It was a RQ41 Mercedes, and then I got an Ultra Range Rover Sport. So I was really happy with that pack. Obviously, we cannot duplicate that, but let's see. And oh, yo! Let's go! Pliant Souls' GXP Coupe. I love that. I love seeing ultra rares. That is what I love to see. And I think I might max that out as well. I do have one maxed out, but I'm not sure if the one I have maxed out is 699, if you know what I mean. Let me check. So filter. So now I do have 38 fuse. But yeah, I got the 911 Carrera, the Range Rover Sport, which is what I was talking about, the last ceramic pack I got, and the Ford Focus RS. These are 3 ultras I got from ceramic packs that I did not record, and this was just me from opening ceramic packs for fun. I kind of miss that, you know. I do all these big recordings of big pack openings, but sometimes I kind of just want to open ceramic packs on my own, so I got those 3. I also got a bunch of supers as well. But yeah, Pliant Souls' GXP, I'm happy with that. That's sick. I need to check what my current one is though. So if I go into ultra rare and I go into manufacturer and I go into Pontiac, I just want to know. I just want to know if a 969 or a 699 my first one. If I 699 the first one, this second one's gonna be fused. But if this is 969, I will 699 the second. This is 969. All right, so I will max out my second Pontiac Solstice 699 then. Why did I 969 this? I feel like at the time when I got the second Pontiac Solstice, I would have already known that 699 was the way, but I guess not. But yeah, my Pontiac collection is pretty nice. I do love it when there are Pontiac events and clubs because I absolutely kill it. Because literally, name me someone you know that has 2 maxed out Pontiac Torrent GXPs. Like, not a lot of people will have that. Not a lot of people will have that. It's a very niche one, and I literally maxed 2 just for clubs. But yeah, I guess I could keep the trend, you know. 2 Torrent, 2 GTO, 2 Solstice. I don't need 2 Firebirds. This thing's kind of trash. But yeah, I'm happy. That's a good pull. That was a genuinely good pull. I'm actually happy with the Pontiac Solstice. But with that said, guys, let me know if you enjoyed Club's gameplay. If you do like it, if you do learn a thing or two from this, I might do more. Namely, if Clubs is like American Rex or Dodge Rex, I might do those. But with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.